Place value and partitioning, stage 2. In the last video we looked at how to partition numbers and recognise the value of the digits, so we're going to move on a stage further from that. Let's take the number 473. Now we can say that the number 473 is made up of 400 and 70 and 3. We've partitioned this number because we've shown what each of the digits represents. The digit 4 is the hundreds digit and that represents 400. The digit 7 is the tens digit and that represents 70. And the digit 3 is the units digit and that represents 3. When we partition, what we're doing is we're pulling a number apart, and then once it's in its parts we can put it back together. So if I had 400 and I added 70 and then I added 3, I'd get 473. Let's take another number. Let's look at the number 361. So it's always useful to write in the column headings for our place value. So we can see here that in the hundreds column is a 3, so that tells me this is going to be 300. In the tens column there's a 6, so 6 tens is 60. And in the units column is just the 1, that's 1 unit. And I can put those together and I've got 300 plus 60 plus 1, which makes 361. And I have partitioned that number. Let's look at a slightly bigger number here. So now we can see we've got the number 2,368. So first of all, let's put our column headings in. So we know that we've got the 2,000, so this is our thousands column. Then we've got the 3, which is the hundreds, then the tens, and then the units. So let's partition this number, 2,368. So I've got the number 2 in my thousands column, so that means it must be 2,000. And then I've got in my hundreds column, I've got 3, which is 300. In my tens column I've got a 6, which is going to be 6 lots of 10 is 60. And in the units column I've just got 8 units. So I can put these numbers together. 2,000 plus 300 plus 60 plus 8 gives me 2,368. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and have a go at partitioning these numbers, and then we'll check back and go through your answers. How did you do? Let's go through the answers. So question number 1, 897 should have been partitioned into 800 plus 90 plus 7. 254, 200 plus 50 plus 4. 4,916, 4,900, 10 and 6. Question 4 is 6,432, so we had 6,000 and 400 and 30 and 2. And the last question, number 5, 9,999. 9,990 and 9. Now we're going to move on to identifying the value of certain digits. So here we can see the number 136 and the digit 3 is underlined. So I'm going to think about what's this digit worth. So to remind myself, I'm going to write in my place value headings. I've got my hundreds, my tens and my units. So I can see that the number 3 is in the tens column, so I know it's 3 tens, and that's showing me that my underlined digit is worth 30, which is 3 tens. Let's look at another question. So here we have the number 804, and the 4 has been underlined, so the digit 4 is underlined. So I'm going to write in my place value headings, my hundreds, tens and units, and then I can see that the 4 is a unit, and that means that the 4 is just worth 4. Now it's your turn, so have a look and you're going to write the value of the digit that has been underlined. So pause the video, have a go, and then we'll go through the answers. Let's see how you did. So question 1, the underlined digit is worth 1. Question 2, the underlined digit is worth 300. Question 3, the underlined digit is worth 40. Question 4, the underlined digit is worth 1000. And question 5, the underlined digit is worth 900. Now let's look at how we can use the partitioning and place value of numbers to find missing digits. So here I have 236 and it's showing me that is equal to something plus 36. So if I already have 36, what do I need to add to it to make 236? So let's draw ourselves a place value chart to help us. So I've got, let's have a look, I've got hundreds, tens and units, and it's given me the number 36. That's 3 tens and 6 units. But what I want is 236, and that is 236. So I can see what's missing. It's something here, and I can see that it's the 200 that's missing. So I know that 236 is 200 plus 36. Let's try another question. So here I have 920 plus something is 925. So what's missing here? Well, I already have 920 and we want to make 925. So if I think about my place value headings, I can see that I need to have something here, and I can see that it's the 5. So I know that 920 plus 5 is 925. So remember, with questions like this, you don't need to actually add up, you just need to look at the place value of the digits to work out what the answer is. Now it's your turn to work out the missing numbers. So pause the video and fill in the missing numbers, and then we'll check back and go through the answers. How did you get on? Okay, let's have a look at the answers then. So question 1, 648 is equal to 640, and that means the missing number must be 8. Question 2, 393 is something plus 3. So that tells me that my missing number is 390. Question 3, 2,461. I've got 2 missing boxes here, so I can tell that my first missing box is 2,000. Then I've got the 400 and I've also got 1, so I know that my other missing box is 60. 5,890 plus something is 5,897. So I know that my missing number must be 7. And the last question, something plus 110 plus something is 2,117. This is a bit of a tricky one. So if we had the number 110, it would go there if this was my place value columns. So I can see that I need to have 2,000 in this box, and I've got the 110, so that means I'm missing 7. What about if we used our understanding of place value to add digits together? So let's have a look at the question 245 plus 30. So first of all, let's draw ourselves a place value chart and write the number 245 and then also write the number 30. Now we can see here that the hundreds column is going to stay the same, there's nothing else in there, and the units column is going to stay the same because we've got 5 units and then we've just got 0 units. So we know that the 200 is going to stay the same and also the 5 is going to stay the same. But we can see that something in the tens column is going to change because I'm adding a tens number. So that's the only column that's going to change. And I can see here that I have 4 tens and 3 tens. So altogether I've got 7 tens. So my number is now 275. Let's look at another couple of examples. So here we've got 452 add 20. Now, because I'm adding 20, that means it's the tens column that's going to change. Everything else is going to stay the same. So let's remind ourselves that 452 is 4 hundreds, 5 tens, and 2 units. So the only column that's going to change is the tens column, and I'm just adding 2 more tens to that, which is 20. So I know that my answer is going to be 472. Let's look at an example with a slightly larger number. So here we've got 3,126, and I'm going to add 700. Well, the number 3,126, let's think of our place value again. We've got thousands, hundreds, tens, and units. Now I'm adding 700, so that means that the only digit that's going to change is this one here. Everything else is going to stay the same. So I can see that if I'm adding 700s to 100, then my answer is going to be 3,826. Now it's your turn to have a try. So you're going to add these numbers using your knowledge of place value. So pause the video and then we'll check back and we'll see how you did. Let's go through the answers. So question number 1 is 572. Question number 2, 8,714. Question number 3, 8,983. Question number 4, 2,408. And the last question is a little trickier. We can see with the last question that we've got 6,529 and we're adding 4,000. So it's going to be the thousands digit that changes. So my answer is going to be 10,529. Well done.